Hello again, welcome back. The lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter, aka my wife. I am so lucky, you have no idea. Aw. And I am David, and this is Atomic Candy, and we are open by chance. And we had something else planned actually for today, but something came up that we thought was kind of important.
Mhm.
And we just keep getting sucked back into Funko discussions, don't we?
Yeah.
I I don't know what to say about that. I guess because Funko is just out there so much. But I had,
Oh,
yeah,
before you get started, I just
yeah.
wanted to send a shout out
Uh-oh.
to Funkoholic. Wanted to
I
send a
know who
shout
that
out
is.
to Funkoholic. If y'all haven't seen her
Hmm.
channel, she has tons of Funko Pops plus other Funko products, statues, unboxing reviews. She also does giveaways.
Hmm.
So stop by her channel, give her a thumbs up, give her a couple of views, subscriptions. We try to support the community
Yeah,
here. Also, we just wanted to give another shout out to I Heart Vinyl.
I Heart Vinyl.
Um,
That was my shout out.
I know, but you gave it at the end of the video. I like to do shout outs at the
Okay,
beginning of the video. So again, I Heart Vinyl.
Vinyl. And
Check
he's got
out
a
his.
contest going.
Yeah, he has a contest going now. He's giving away a couple of chases.
Yeah,
So check out his channel. Again, we like to support the community, so we're going
yeah.
to do more shout outs. And for us, you don't have to jump through hoops to
No,
get a
yeah,
shout
no,
out.
it's not a circus out here. We
No.
just every once in a while we just want to do that.
Yeah, just
And so,
recognize a couple of the viewers and
mhm,
give their name out if they have a channel. Just tell you, hey, somebody else out there has some channel with some good content
sure.
that you might like. So I wanted to put that plug in.
There you go.
Mhm.
Anyways, Funko and we had a discussion, and I'll put a link to that down below too if you haven't seen it. We had a discussion not too long ago, the reason why Funko has been selling or creating so many franchises.
Mhm.
And it was basically, or my perspective on it, it was purely to try to create an illusion of their net worth so that they could enter NASDAQ and open up an IPO, which is an initial public offering, if you're not familiar with the terms, so that they could sell stock, which was yesterday.
It was their first opening
It was their
day.
first opening day, and it was a complete disaster. And this is something that no one's talking about. I
Yeah,
looked at the Funko blogs and stuff, not from Funko because they're not going to talk about it,
yeah.
but you'd think that the fan blogs and stuff would be talking about this, at least not so far that I've seen. They're really ignoring this, and it is actually kind of major. So I'm going to throw a few points out here for you to try to guide you through this. And she has experience with dealing with the stock market also, so she's got plenty to say about that, I'm sure. So here's what happened. They had 13,300,000 shares available to sell. They only sold 10.4 million. So like roughly around 25% short of their projection, which is bad right off.
Hmm.
Usually a company will sell them out, a new IPO, because people jump on it. But and 9.7 million, 9,700,000 of those 10.4 million shares got resold the same day. It got retraded almost immediately. People were dumping the stock already. Initially, Funko, or FNKO, they were calling themselves, projected that they were going to make about 20 bucks a share. That's what they were going to open up with. NASDAQ said, that's not going to work. We're nervous about that. Recommended 16 bucks. Then it was 14.
Hmm.
Then it was 12. And 12 is what it ended up selling at, which was 120 million short of what they expected. They expected to make at least minimum, and this is at between 14 and 16. If they sold 15 million a share, we figure maybe we'll get around $245 million. They got 125, so they were
Mm.
short 120 million.
Wow.
They sold at 12, and it closed at $7.07 yesterday, and today closed at 7
Mm.
at the end of market. Now, NASDAQ released a statement about it because Funko is unavailable for comment. They were unavailable for comment, canceled shows. They were supposed to be on talk shows and stuff to talk about, hey, we're Funko, we opened up our IPO today.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled it opening bell yesterday. So they didn't want to be available for comment,
Mm.
obviously.
Yeah.
Um, Closed at $7 at the end of the day today, and NASDAQ, who was available for comment, said that this is the worst opening day of an IPO in 17 years. So why did things go so bad for Funko? Because of the same things we talked about in the previous video. Not talking about Funko collectors here, okay? Because Funko collectors are like, hey, it's Funko. But people who invest in the stock market are like, what the hell is this crap?
Yeah.
Because if you look at the actual numbers, 2014 they had sales of 107 million, which is a huge jump from 2013, a massive jump. 107, and then in 2015 it was 274 million, and then 2016 it was 426 million. Okay, because of the over franchising, because they were putting so much out there so quickly. And this was referred to as funhouse accounting, Wall Street funhouse accounting, and stockholders don't like those kind of numbers. It's like you went from nowhere to almost $500 million, yet you owe 339 million right now. And that's up from 274 million just in December. They owe that much.
Mm-hmm.
You owe almost as much as you earn. And your numbers are all your big numbers are within the last 2 years. What the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And people who invest in the stock market, they don't trust that. And whereas a few fanatics might buy a few stocks because they want to support Funko, or
Mm.
because they think, hey, it'd be cool to own a couple of shares of
A
Funko,
piece of Funko.
that is not who's really buying these stocks.
Yeah. And we talked about this in the last video. Well, not the last video,
But
but
a
in a
couple
few
back.
videos back.
Hmm.
The people that invest, they only invest because they need the money. Well, not because they need the money, but
They
it's
want to make
it's
money.
for the money. It's
Yeah.
to make money. But then you have to figure who's buying the product. And years ago, I haven't dabbled in the stock market in a long time. I got out of that. But I used to. And the one thing that this guy always said that was a major um, stockbroker: buy the things that you use, or that you know. Funko targets, I mean, and every product does this, but
Sure.
Funko targets a certain group of people. Only a certain group of people buy Funko Pops. The vast majority of people don't buy it. Now you got things like General Mills, Johnson and Johnson, other big name products. Just look around your house. Those things, um, everybody buys. Everybody buys cereal, just about. Everybody buy washing powder, bleach, um,
Batteries. Yeah.
batteries, laundry detergent,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Those are the things that stay on the market. Yeah, they fluctuate back and forth, but they're pretty much solid. They're pretty much steady because they have a broad base of things that they sell.
Hmm.
You don't like Captain Crunch? Okay, you eat Frosted Flakes. The same people make it, But with Funko, it's a target audience
Hmm.
of people that just collect toys, or whatever you want to
Comic
call
books. Yeah,
comic
it's
books,
it's
that kind of stuff.
very specific, and it's not easy to branch out. It's not like with Marvel where they can make the comics, but they can also franchise to action figures. They can also franchise to movies and television.
Right.
You can't do all that stuff with Funko
Not with
Pops.
Funko.
No.
And that hurt them. Because the people that buy Funko, most likely, they don't buy stocks. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean
No, a
about
lot
it
of them
or
probably
say
don't.
anything. A lot of people that buy Funko products don't buy stock. You have a lot of people that buy Funko that are teenagers, or just not into the stock market.
Hmm.
So they're not looking to see, oh, Funko didn't do good on their opening day. They just say they probably didn't even know that there was an opening day, that there was an IPO
Yeah, yeah,
coming up. Like when Facebook and Apple did it, it was major news because everybody knew what Facebook
yeah, and
was.
they were sold out immediately. It
Exactly,
just,
because it was something that everybody, not just in the United States, everybody all over the world
yeah,
used.
because it's you're either a toy collector or a comic collector, and you might be interested in the pops. For the average person, it's like, oh, that's cute, maybe I'll buy one.
Hmm.
It's not, not everybody gets addicted to it,
Yeah,
you know.
and not all toy collectors collect Funko Pops. Some people only collect Funko
Yeah,
Pops. So you have all of that in there. So it was it was a bad idea from the beginning, and I hate to say it because I do like Funko
yeah,
Pops. But I wouldn't have bought the stock even if I was still messing around with the market.
yeah. I wouldn't have touched it.
No, I mean, because I took some classes in the stock market. And it taught you how to read all of the stuff, how to look through the background before you buy
Hmm.
anything, what everything means, how you look back from year to months and look at their debt ratio and make these decisions. Um, they were expanding so much so fast.
Yeah,
It's just like, wait a
it
minute.
doesn't look good. It doesn't
Yeah,
look good to an investor.
yeah,
The rapid expansion over like a 2.5, 3 year period, and the looming debt that just continues to get bigger. They owe
yeah.
too many people too
Mhm.
much money, and they're still investing. They open the store. They're trying to open a couple more. They
Yeah.
bought out of that London toy company.
And they just built
It's
that new headquarters,
Yeah, that's what
so
I
they're
said.
still paying for that.
Yeah, it's too much too quickly. I mean, you don't owe $339 million, and you're only making 426, and
Yeah.
then you get nothing to show afterwards. You're constantly in debt. Those numbers, the numbers that I had given earlier, they make it look really bad. Now, what does this spell though? The reason we're talking about it is because usually when an IPO tanks on the first day, it's a death knell.
Mhm.
You may as well call the coroner's office. A doctor can't help you. Most of the time, that company does not survive what the downward spiral that will
Yeah.
continue from this, and they end up bankrupt.
Yeah, and then you also have to take the cue from the stores. You go to your stores, and again, we've talked about this.
Yeah,
How many pops are still sitting on the shelf after months? We started collecting in February. And when we started, we used to go to these stores and there were huge walls of pops. Now you go there, they consolidated into this little section of the store. At FYE, you go there, there's a huge wall, and then there's this big display, and now they've condensed that down to one area, and then
hmm,
it's like
at
two
least where we are.
yeah, where we
Yeah,
are. But there are two FYEs that still have that big display, but the same pops are still there.
still there.
Stores are not buying these anymore.
And they've also announced, Funko they've had to reveal it,
Hmm.
that their sales are down this year. And we talked about that in that other video too. Their
Yeah.
sales this year are down, even though they've produced more products than they did in 2016.
And then you also have to ask yourself, okay, well, why are sales down if so many pops are in the stores and I'm buying all of them on the internet or wherever you buy them from? Because people are fed up because you have flippers. You go to the store, you can't find it. You go to the store's website, they're never on there, they're sold out. Um, or you get them from these various stores because you did find it and you did order it and they come to you damaged. They say something is going to come out on the 5th of November. It doesn't come out until December. So people get frustrated. And with any other company, if they don't hold to their projections, they're out of business. But
Hmm.
Funko does whatever they want. Oh, we say we're going to release this we're on the 5th of November.
Yeah.
We'll wait and release it on in December. You know, that
Or
doesn't
it's
hold
early,
up.
and
Yeah,
then
or it's
people miss
super
it, and
early.
then people get pissed off.
Yeah. So Funko has the idea, well, we sold it to the stores, we got our money, who cares what happens next? But the people care when they don't buy your goods, and then the stores can't get it off of the shelf, so the stores don't buy it anymore.
Yeah,
And
if they can't move it, they'll start backing off.
yeah, they'll back off because that's shelf space that they could put something else on, you know. So the stores are backing off because the customers are backing off.
And
So,
that puts Funko in a position of three options here.
hmm
Option number one, they actually managed to pull themselves out of this before it's too late, which is it's not looking too good from the stock market perspective.
I mean, the only way they can pull back and rein things in, they're going to have to do a total restructure from the top down. And that's where you get that reorganization,
Mm, yeah,
downsizing, if you
yeah.
we're going to reorganize our departments and our teams and our management teams,
hmm
and they're going to get new fresh ideas in there. That's one way.
But like I said, you know, when this happens, and like the Nasdaq said,
Hmm
I'll say it again, the worst IPO opening in 17 years
Yeah.
of any company. That that when you get a black mark like that on the first day, most companies never recover from
hmm
that. Never recover. So that's it's a slim chance. And I'm
hmm
not trying to like, you know, we're not trying to crap on Funko here. We like Funko.
Yeah,
We
we hope
just
that they
we
recover.
just like to see them do better.
Yeah.
Um,
Number two.
Number two is they go into total bankruptcy and completely disappear. You never see another Funko Pop or Dorb or Hikari again.
Yeah, and that's kind of,
At least not a new one.
right. But that's kind of concerning, okay, because all of the pops that are out right now, well, with that, I would think that they would hold to their projections because I know they got stuff projected all the way out to February.
hmm
So let's say, for an example, that's one of the scenarios. Maybe they'll fulfill their February obligations, but then the market is going to either tank on all of the new things because people are going to be like, "Oh, I don't want
Why
this
bother?
anymore. The
Yeah,
company's not there," or is going to go super high because the company's not there.
yeah,
It's rare. You're not getting it anymore. So you got two directions that can go in.
yeah. Just no new stuff.
Yeah, no more new stuff.
And then option number three is that they get bought out by a bigger player. You know, somebody, Hasbro or Mattel or somebody huge comes along that can afford to buy them completely out, and then restructures them and fits them into their mold.
Well, Sears and Kmart tried that.
Yeah, that was a
And I mean,
mistake. That ruined Sears.
yeah,
Sears.
and I mean, if you look around now, Kmart, they just had a thing. They're closing 63 more stores. They already closed a bunch. And we're not saying that any of these will happen.
Yeah, we don't
Those are
know. It's
just
just
ideas,
speculation.
yeah, and speculations that we have. But I mean, you got to look around and think about it and just see the direction that it's going in. And then what's going to happen? Are you going to keep your stuff? Are you going to let it go and give up
Yeah,
totally?
because odds are, if it did just disappear,
Mm,
values would drop for a while.
yeah.
I think. You know, I think people would be like, ugh, you know, they'd be so disgusted that it would drop for a while, at least on the newer stuff.
Yeah, maybe you can finally get those things you want.
Yeah, I can afford it now. But that's, you know, that's basically what we had to say. You have anything else to add?
No, I don't think so. I think that was it.
Yeah, that's basically what we wanted to say because it's like nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Nobody's really talking about it, and it's kind of important. I mean, if you're really into that, if you're really into the Funko products, to know what direction they're going in.
Yeah.
So, um, hope you found that helpful or informative. If
hmm
you have anything else to say about it, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. We do try to keep track of that.
And respond to each
yeah.
comment.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe if you have not already. Hit the notifications button if you are a subscriber. Make sure so that YouTube will let you know when a new video comes out, because otherwise they don't like to be bothered. And hopefully you give us a thumbs up. We appreciate thumbs up. Here, you can do it like this so we can be like the Wonder Twins. and we hope to see you again soon. So thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, you better come up with something. Okay, hold on. I have to take a picture. I'm on video.